Hey everybody, welcome back. It's me, Professor Durad, with another quick mini lecture to help guide you through all of the new course content in our new module. This time we're focusing on the informative speaking versus persuasive speaking module. So go ahead if you haven't already and open that module up and read through that overview as I guide you through the course content. Okay, so as you've already read, this module focuses on developing an informative speech that utilizes fact-based information, unbiased sources, and data to help explain a topic or teach/educate your audience on a topic of your choosing. If you've already seen the module discussion page for the outline draft, you know that for this first week in this module, you need to create an outline draft based on a topic that you select. There are a list of topics in the module that you can choose from, or you can choose your own topic as long as you are considering what makes a strong informative speech topic and selecting from that realm versus selecting a topic that might lend itself more to persuasion. As you can read in the module as well as in chapter 14 of our textbook From Fright to Might, which is located also in the module, you'll notice that some of the key differences between informative speaking and persuasive speaking is our ability to stay factual, fact-based, and unbiased when it comes to our informative speeches, whereas in persuasion, you might go a step further and not only spread factual information, but also try to move your audience towards a conclusion that centers on advocacy or trying to solve a problem. That's persuasion, right? Problem solution, advocacy, debate. That is the persuasion realm. We're not there just yet. First, we want to focus on informative speaking, which is sharing factual information, citing your sources verbally as well as in your outline, and drawing us a map or an idea of what your topic is all about by sharing the most important and also the most interesting information and details. So, I know that might have been a lot, but make sure you read through the discussion. Your first discussion for this module is to post an outline draft. So I'll go over some of those items in just a bit. So for your informative outline draft, that submission is due this Friday, and you want to select a topic that lends itself easily to informative speaking. What does that mean? Well, you want to avoid topics that might be highly controversial, highly debatable, very politicized. You don't want to advocate in this informative speech. If you all know the term advocate, think of like a lawyer, right? Where you are speaking to move the audience toward a conclusion, right? Some type of solvency or to advance some type of truth related to your topic. That's not necessarily the goal for the informative speech. The goal for the informative speech should be to explore your topic and explain to the class and teach the class as much relevant information as possible without persuading us to feel or think or act in any particular way. So, selecting topics should be things that are naturally unbiased, right? If you are selecting a topic that is a side of an argument, why we should do this, why we should not do that, why we should support this person and not support that person, those are all topics that would lend themselves to a persuasive speech, because the goal there would be to advocate or to move the audience toward a solvency. For informative speaking, you want to take a topic that allows you to just educate us with an unbiased tone. So we're thinking about things like historical events, pertinent places or people who have made a good impact on society or culture. We're also thinking about technology or advancements and achievements that we've made that you might want to educate the class on. So again, when thinking about your informative topic, think neutral. Think, I don't want to argue or advance a side of an argument. I rather want to take a topic and simply educate. There are some suggestions and a list of potential topics in the first module discussion, so feel free to use one of those listed suggested informative topics or find your own, as long as you, again, are choosing a topic that you can remain unbiased on and teach the class about without advocating, then you'll be in a good space with your topic selection. Once you've selected your topic, you can start drafting your outline. Make sure that you read through chapters 7 and chapter 14 of our course text, From Fright to Might. Both chapters are located in the module, so just click through and you'll be able to see the content there. But read through that and then think about the organization structure that's listed in the module discussion page. It lays out the areas your outline should hit. It also has an attachment, a PDF that is an example of an informative outline. You'll see a speech about Selena Quintanilla Perez, the Tejano music singer, and she's a pertinent historical musician and figure that had made very big waves in her culture as well as music culture in general. So that's someone who we can stay pretty neutral on and give an informative speech to just teach the class for people who may not be aware. That's the realm in which you want to find your informative topic. So take a look at that list, and once you've selected your topic, start to draft your outline. The outline does not have to be perfect, but you do want to follow all of the areas that's listed in the structure: introduction, body, conclusion. There is a list of points that you would want to hit for all of those different sections of your speech. So think about the introduction, make sure that it has a clear attention-grabbing device, a relevant statement, a credibility statement, which will use one of your sources to support what you're saying, as well as a topic reveal statement and a preview of main points. All of that information should be in the introduction of your outline. In the body of your outline, you should also utilize your sources. So for this speech, you need at least 5 sources used. You can use 1 in the introduction for the credibility, and then the rest of those sources should be woven into the rest of your speech. In the body, you should hit 3 main points. You'll see in the outline template that the 3 main points will typically center around something like history or background information. That's the first main point. Then you might go into something like achievements or accomplishments. And then your 3rd main point might be impact or lasting implications of the topic you've selected. Stick to those 3 main points for this informative speech so that you're not too confused, and that'll help you when you are gathering research so you can know what type of information you want to collect. And once you have put together your outline draft, make sure you've collected your sources. Again, you need at least 5 sources for this informative speech, and they should be tagged on to the end of your outline as a MLA Works Cited page. So just make sure you have at least 5 working sources that you're also utilizing within your outline draft. Submit all of that by this Friday, and you are well on your way to a solid informative speech. Don't forget, once you submit your outline draft, you will also need to respond to at least 3 of your classmates. Give them some feedback, some constructive criticism, and I will also be giving you all feedback on your outline draft so that you can make edits or changes before the following week. Okay, and thinking ahead to next week, you will have already submitted your outline draft and received feedback from myself and some peers, and you can use next week to edit your outline to make sure you have a strong finalized version and practice your speech delivery before you submit your finalized outline and speech video next Friday. So we got 2 weeks worth of work here. I know you all can work diligently, but of course, if there's any questions, please message me in the Canvas inbox or visit during our office hours this Thursday. Office hour links are listed on our Canvas homepage. All right, everybody, good luck, and I can't wait to hear you inform the class on a topic.